All right, so we're about to hit the minute mark. And whenever we hit that minute mark, I'm gonna agitate again. So getting close. And let's agitate for 10 seconds. Again, I'm just spinning it. And the agitation is really to stop air bubbles from forming on your film and to kind of let it really make sure that the chemicals touch all parts of your film. So you're gonna do that for the full time. We'll just pretend that we did it for the full time. And we're gonna pour out the developer. So again, that time is not set. It's not like, oh, no matter what, it's gonna be 6 minutes. Remember, you need to measure your temperature and calculate your time using that chart. So I'm gonna pour out my developer, which this has a little holes all over the side of it. So you just pour from any of those. So let's pretend it's been X number of minutes. Pour that out. Now we're gonna take stop bath. So the developer develops the image. The stop bath stops it from developing. It's gonna prevent it from developing further. So I pour that in, stop bath. I'm just gonna agitate for the full 30 seconds, okay? So I'm just gonna do this for the full 30 seconds. Again, all it's doing is stopping it from overdeveloping. So let's pretend it's been 30 seconds. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna pour it back into this container. So same container. And then the last one is fixer. And what the fixer does is it clears the image, which means it basically removes parts of the image and makes them transparent. It also affixes the image. This one we do the same as the other. We're gonna do it for a couple seconds to start, and then it's every minute for 3 minutes. So this one's 3 minutes. And again, all this is on this chart. So for 3 minutes. So I'm gonna wait a minute, then I would agitate it, wait a minute, then agitate it, and so on and so forth. Now, just to speed things up, I'm gonna stop it here. I pour the fixer back into that same container that I got it out of. At this point, we're done. Okay, this can be opened and exposed to light and we're okay, but we need to clean the film so that it stays good for a long period of time. I'm gonna pause here and show you how to dispose of the chemicals. So, developer, stop bath, fixer, right? Developer, stop bath, fixer. Here's how you dispose of these. Developer gets poured into the stop bath. And you're gonna see it's gonna turn it purple, okay? So you're mixing these two, developer and stop bath. It just gets turned purple. I would pour it back into that other container. Once it's purple, it's safe to pour down the drain. Okay, I'll take you there for just a second. The fixer is never gonna get mixed with anything else, and it's gonna get poured right back into the container. So we open up the fixer, take our fixer chemical, and just pour it back in there. Okay, put the lid back on. And we're good to go. So now let's take these and I take them over to the sink and I'm gonna pour them just down the drain. They're totally safe once they've been mixed together and they're purple. If they're not purple, don't pour it down the drain. Just a reminder, this is stop bath and developer. It's these first two that I mix together to pour down the drain. We never pour fixer down the drain, ever. We always pour it back into the container. Okay, so now that we've got our film, it's had fixer on it, we're gonna add hypoclear. So hypoclear, we can simply take about, that's good, take about 200 milliliters, not too much. It's just like soap. And we're gonna do hypoclear for 1 minute. So I'm just gonna kind of agitate it and let it just sit there for a minute, and I'll time that out, okay? And then I'll pour the hypoclear out. Again, it's just like a fancy soap, okay? Now is the fun part. I'm gonna take my film to the sink, open it up. Might need 2 hands to open it up, here, okay? Pull my film out, and I'm not going to look at it, okay? So if it has images on it, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. We're gonna take the film, don't take it off of the reel. We're just gonna drop the whole reel into this plastic guy over here. We're gonna come back to the sink. This valve, you can follow the tube. Tube goes to that. We're gonna turn it on slowly. I'll show you what happens. By turning it on, I mean moving it up. It's going to fill this with liquid. That's just plain water. I'm gonna stop this timer. So it's just plain water, but what's gonna happen is it's gonna wash our film. And what's really cool is whenever it hits this, it's going to autofill and auto drain. All right, see, so it's gonna fill, it's gonna drain, and it'll just do that back and forth. You're gonna let your film wash for 5 full minutes. 5 full minutes. While it's doing that, you can use the water coming out to wash your stuff. So you're gonna rinse all your stuff off. You're gonna put it in the dry rack over here, let it dry. So I'm gonna take this container, rinse it out. See, it's just holding, filling and emptying. 5 full minutes, okay? I'm gonna take my container, I'll rinse my container out. I'm not gonna put my container in the dry rack because I'm gonna use it one more time, okay? But we're just gonna do that for a full 5 minutes. If it does this, where it empties and doesn't fill back up, just adjust your water with this valve. So turn it off, turn it back on. Again, 5 full minutes, okay. So I'm gonna let it fill up and I'll drain and just kind of skip ahead here to the next step. So after 5 minutes of washing,